Some figure on the left.
I hope not.
What's that?
Is that that thing?
Oh, all right.
Look at that. Anyway, we're back from the Hormel commercial. Chased away, but I think that's a good sign. That means you're wanted.
Well, they've been chased away from everywhere.
Oh, these poor people, they were prosecuted.
Wandering. So I'm used to wandering. They never want us. I should be in better shape than being chased away. I don't know why you would think.
You know, the funny thing is, I don't know how funny it is, but Greg Burnmeister, that's his name. That's Greg Burr from, David Letterman show. So the first thing I thought of, Burnmeister. Welcome to the showers. I wasn't sure what was going on, but anyway.
Peter, I wouldn't go there. It was a family show.
Absolutely, that's the way I feel. So anyway, let me ask you something. When I was going over, Facebook is very popular. And besides Facebook, this is not about Facebook, but I remember you did a bit on Saturday Night Live with Jim Carrey, and you were part of the opening monologue. Tell me about that, because I know I was impressed, and I don't get impressed very easily. So if you want to hold the mic.
Sure. Well, what was really cool was I had one line. I was booked to do just this one line, and in the scene, Jim, after he speaks to me, it's the opening monologue. He's supposed to ask an audience member if she'll marry him, and it was going to be a real audience member, and it was for the live show. And we did the dress rehearsal. For those of you who don't know, the dress rehearsal is a 2-hour-long show. And then they decide what they're going to cut. Was that Secret Service or something? What was that? Was that Secret Service?
No, it's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, I got it under control.
Oh, everything's under control. Okay.
Everything's under control.
Somebody came over to him. I think he was a narc.
I cleared him.
Was it a narc? Do I look like I'm carrying drugs? I look like a mule.
Greg is the floor manager.
Oh my God. This is, oh dear. So, where was I? Oh, so I have this one line from me and Jim Carrey, a very nice guy. And they assumed an audience member, a real life audience member, would say yes. This young lady would say yes when he asked her to marry him. Well, on TV, was Greg over here? So on TV, Greg, live, right? The girl says no. She shows her wedding ring. She won't get up out of her seat. And I see Jim's face, and I see his eyes like, oh crap, what am I going to do? So I didn't know what to do, but I just waved to him because I'm sitting there still. I'm in the audience. I was a plant. And so then he says, all right, come on, dude, and takes my hand, and then we ad-libbed the rest of the scene, which was us, him
very awesome.
To marry him, and I said, sure, and we hugged, and I did the blocking because we rehearsed with one of the writer's girlfriends earlier, and at the dress rehearsal, the girl who was in the audience, also a real person, she was terrific. I mean, she was great. She was exactly what they wanted. She laughed, and he picked her up, and all that stuff, and she couldn't have been a better audience, real live member. But on the actual show, and I don't know if they pre-screened it, I assume they pre-screened them, but for whatever reason, she didn't know what was happening. She didn't want to get out of her seat for whatever.
Do you think she was just kind of playing along, like she didn't know what was happening, or?
I think she did not know what was happening, and she didn't want to. I think they may have said something. They may have talked to her. She seemed okay,
They ran it by her quick, and
I don't think they told her he was going to do that. And I think they may have said he might talk to you, and she was prepared, but she didn't want to get up on stage. A big difference, So the girl at the dress rehearsal was just, oh my God, she was laughing, and she would go with anything. But this gal wasn't. And it was a big, and they gave me credit. They said, you saved the scene and everything. Jim Carrey said, man, you saved that pal. And then they just pulled him away from me because that had changed his costume. So, and then the crew, everybody gave me applause, and I bowed, and I walked down there, and they were high-fiving me. No extra money, though. I didn't get a bump or anything, but...
you saved the day.
You saved the day. Yes, and I counted my lines to see, because I was being paid as under 5 lines or less. And I actually, even with the ad-libs, it was just 5. So, because I was booked for 1 line, and it wound up being, 4 more lines, so... But it would have been nice if they... anyway. And I never worked again on that show. You would think they'd be calling me. Oh, no, I did work once. But you'd think they would be like calling me under fives, you know. But I thought of a great closing gag for that show. And I couldn't reach anybody. Now I would do it, but I wasn't as ballsy. But I thought at the end, if I would have came out in a wedding dress, it would have been so funny, you know, for the vows. But I didn't know who to talk to or whatever at that time. It's a great ending. But if it ever comes on the show again, maybe I can push it to somebody.
That's for next year with